Whoa.
Heyo! I'm gonna go get about 14 beers. I'll be right back.
Went live and immediately left again. That's what a power move.
I respect
I don't
that.
understand. Why would you not just wait till you get back to go live? I don't get it.
He couldn't contain himself. The anticipation was too great.
Now he can like yell from the door. It's like that's his entrance. But I guess he already said I'm gonna go get 14 beers, so it does kind of ruin it. Hello, Hanshu. Hanshu's always in here waiting for us. I feel bad that we're consistently not on time.
Yeah, no. This is why we all hop on at 7 o'clock and then spend 35 minutes talking about useless stuff before we actually start the stream.
What's all this? Oh wait, we're live. I can't.
God.
I can't spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil
Oh god.
It's called a teaser.
I'm back. Aren't you? Look at it. Blartagnan, Leafblade, Raw Life, Somegi. It's the dream team. You ever seen the Avengers? Hanchu, I'm talking to you specifically. You ever seen the Avengers? That's us. We're the Avengers. Who is everybody?
Which Avenger are you?
Yeah.
Do we each have
I mean,
to
Rod's
pick
the
our own?
Hulk.
I'm who?
Yeah, Raw's definitely Hulk.
Yes, I'm Hulk, but I'm like Professor Hulk, but not smart. I'm never Bruce Banner.
Just regular Hulk, then.
I'm always angry Hulk. I never turn back into Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner is a sissy, dude.
Wow.
Damn. Putting
All right.
Bruce Banner on blast.
I'm gonna turn it down. I'm gonna tone it down a notch. Just tone it down.
Going DEFCON 3 on Bruce Banner.
I'm toning it down. Okay, it's my first game back. I got a big challenge ahead of me, fellas. Can anybody walk me through the entire Crevasse from step 1 all the way to getting all the max rewards in one
Alright,
stream?
so step 1,
Okay.
build 7 teams.
Okay.
Step 2, do 7 fights.
Okay.
Step 3, make sure your codes are good. Oh wait, shit, you should have done that first. Oops.
Yeah, you make the codes and then you make the teams after that.
No, because if you do that, the game crashes.
Fuck.
Did y'all have that issue where, like, if you go to edit the codes, then go to the party select screen, it just, like, crashes?
Not me. I only did the Shinryus so far, though, to be fair.
Because, like, specifically if I, like, made a party, then went to set my codes, then went to change the party again, my game crashed, like, every time.
They said you're not supposed to do it like that. They said stop it.
Someone has to stop her.
Can someone?
No.
Oh.
I cleared the event, I'm good.
Everyone's asking if I'm going for 442. It's a huge drama in chat already, and I'm sick of it. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. I'm the best player in the game. Number 1, sight unseen, no questions asked. I am the best player who's ever played the game. Number 1. Number 2, I don't have to flex on the poverts and the baddies by getting perfect score. So no, I'm getting exactly the number of points I need for all the rewards, including tickets. Even the shitty tickets, I'm getting those. That's it. I don't know what that number is. That's what I'm getting.
I just have a question for you. How much did you spend on Ash LD to get perfect score the last Crevasse?
Is that real?
That is real, yes.
slash ban Blart. Timeout, Blart.
Oh my god, he actually did it. I didn't know you could do that.
Wait, is your no? It could be you. Your Twitch name's not actually Blart, is it?
Oh, okay, I think if we had a viewer named Blart, you just timed them out.
Yeah, well.
Oh my god, big drama.
Blart, we're so sorry.
The real Blart on Twitch is gonna show up and be like, what the fuck?
Kevin James,
how do I bring him back? Time in. Hashtag time in.
Bring back Blart.
Time out, Blart.
Little aside, has anyone here been watching the new season of Big Mouth on Netflix?
I double down. No, I haven't. It looks funny though. It looks like a funny show.
It's been funny so far, but there's a minor character in it called Rabbi Paul Blart, and I feel very seen.
Ooh.
Paul Blart?
Just Rabbi Paul Blart. It's one word. Paul Blart.
They stole your swag.
Paul Blart.
First name
yeah.
Rabbi.
He's not he hasn't so far been a very major character, so I don't feel like offended or anything. Like I said, I just feel seen, and I'm glad that the blunt representation is going. Yeah, exactly. It's very empowering. Oh, and yes, listeners in chat, how's the audio for the gang?
Yeah, make yourself useful. Jesus.
Yeah. What did they do?
Oh, I'm back. I'm back. I feel like maybe like an all-star quarterback of like the best team in the world who like won the Super Bowl and then like went down with an ACL and he missed like 6 weeks. And now I'm back. My ACL's all healed up.
The tone definitely is different when you're not around. I'll say that.
Wait, you guys prefer it? You guys like it better. You like it better.
I never said nothing about that.
Nobody said that.
Oh my God, you guys like it better.
Hi, Coat Mello.
Howdy, Coat.
Coat Mello's in chat, baby. It would be better if we could. Okay. Not gonna read that. What unit smack talking we doing now? I don't know. I haven't played the game in a month. Is there anything good to do?
Oh, boy.
We haven't talked about Blarthier.
We haven't talked about Blarthier. We haven't talked about. Oh yeah, we could talk smack about Arden, Yoshi Pasta.
Oh, and Golbez and Garland. Like,
Golbez dropped. Yoshi, we can be coat buddies together.
I have Golbez and Garland. I do not have Blarthier or Arden.
I mean, I might end up with Blarthier by the end of the night.
Oh yeah, we got a sub goal. Blart will tell you about it when we go live, but he's only 11. Wait, what's 3 minus 15? 12 subs away from having to ticket pull.
Treevoid did a sub at the start of the pre-show.
Oh, Treevoid, you king! Check your mail. You got something nice coming in the mail, buddy. Something real nice. It's Anthrax.
That is.
So that's 4 out of 15. So we got Also, someone else drinking with me. Who's cracked a cold one? Who cracked a cold one on a Halloween night with your boy?
And it's gonna get real hoser up in here.
Let's go, Leaf Blade Mouse, matching my energy. All right, I'm gonna tone it down a little bit. We gotta be professional, boys, and ladies, and everyone else in chat. We're gonna be professional tonight.
When have we ever been professional?
We have to be.
Ever.
It's Halloween night. The people turn to us for good information.
Halloween night, the picture of professionalism so big.
Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, I don't have the song. I knew it. I knew it. I knew something was going to go wrong. I knew something was going to go wrong. And here we go. They've left me out to dry. They really do like it better when I'm not here. They've intentionally left me without the song.
The song that you've had every week, you lost it there.
Like literally every week, yeah.
Oh, so everyone's against me. Et tu, Brute? This is how Julius Caesar felt. Et tu, Brute.
Actually, I don't think
Caesar's.
he did feel that because he was like dead.
It was his last words. His last words were et tu, Brute. Somebody Google it. Somebody in chat Google it. If it's wrong, I will.
In Shakespeare, yes, they were.
I will shotgun a beer if Julius Caesar's last words were not et tu, Brute.
Actually has another line after that in the Shakespeare play.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to shotgun a beer.
Was it?
Dies.
No, I'm trying to remember what it is. It's like something then falls Caesar or something like that.
Okay. All right.
This is why people tune into the live stream. They tune in for professionalism and they tune in for culture.
I gotta get it together. All right. I promise you guys. I know you guys are so upset because you had such a good, fun, productive streams without me, and now I'm just throwing a wrench in everything. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, 15 minutes late. We haven't started yet.
Hey.
You mo gui gui feige sao. You mo gui gui feige sao. Okay. All right, I'm ready. First person in chat to say that will get some channel points. Say what that's from.
Say what?
Say what.
Type it out. Type that out.
No. You mo gui gui feige sao. You mo gui gui feige sao.
Type that out, and I'll give you some channel points.
If anyone knows what it's from, you'll get something special. I don't know how to give you channel points, but I'll make it happen.
Probably like Bleach or something. Like.
I mean-
I'll email you a copy of Final Fantasy IX.
Tree Void still hasn't got his yet. It's in customs.
Are you serious?
No, yeah, it's stuck in customs, Tree Void, I promise. When we go live and I pull up my Discord, I'll go in there and check your address. If you verify the address on stream, and I'll make sure it gets through the customs.
Well, Life has been playing his original Final Fantasy IX copy for all month.
Yeah,
He's like,
I
it's in
just wanted to get
customs,
one.
I swear, I promise.
I wanted to get one more playthrough. What time is it? We gotta go. We gotta
Really
go.
scratch that disc up before.
We got a lot of stuff to do tonight. What is the what's the name of our song?
You mean to resend it to you for sure? For really?
Just leave.
No, listen first, I think is what you said when you sent it to me. Wait, isn't there a new one, Bart? There is a new one. I don't have the new one.
Oh, for the love of... Okay, just a sec. You guys keep talking while I dig it up.
I have nothing else to say.
Professionalism.
Please.
I've said everything that I have. All the words I have to say have been said.
Pretty short show then.
I'm not talking the whole show. I'm playing Crevasse. Everyone thinks I'm joking. I'm going to beat Crevasse. I'm going to beat the entire Crevasse on stream. All the way to, not max, but max rewards.
You gotta be real careful with that Cosmos fight. It's tricky.
The Shinryu's got to be hard, right?
Okay, I just sent you the thing. I can't believe I'm doing this again.
Can be a little tricky, but not really.
All right, good job, King. Who's ready? Let's get some hype in the chat. Throw some emotes in the chat if you're ready. Raw Life's back. Somegi's back. Leafblade is back. Blartagnan is back. It's a Halloween. It's a gosh darn Halloween party. Give me some emotes in the chat. That's a raw emote. I like that one. I'm gonna try to do that one too. All right. Are my co-hosts ready?
Heck yeah, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me turn the volume down. What time is it?
Showtime.
6:46.
Ooh. All right. You ready? 3, 2.
We're early.
Okay. Interrupted. I'm gonna let that one slide. I'm gonna let that one slide.
Count! Start counting!
We haven't missed a beat, have we?
Okay,
This is
okay.
before the 14 years too.
Start the countdown!
I'm so sweaty. Okay. All right, everyone, be quiet. Be quiet. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna mute myself. 3, 2.
And now it's time to start the show with Raw Life, Blartagnan, and Leaf. This is the Lifestream.
Oh my god, did he mute himself? Still?
Shit, I muted myself. Oi, oi, oi! What's all this then? My order the Peaky fucking blinders. The Raw Life is back. All right, I can't do that all night. Welcome back to the live stream, everybody. We're all back. We're all happy. It's Halloween. I'm a Peaky Blinder. I have a Peaky Blinder hat, but I can't wear it while I do this, so I'm not wearing it. Anyway,
Oh, that you can't.
welcome back, folks. Shout out before we get going. Shout out Bard, Dystopia Bard. That's the first time I've used that song. The song's awesome. He's got riffs. Dystopia Bard, you are the champion. And now I'm gonna throw it to all of my wonderful co-hosts. The whole gang's here. I'll start in descending Discord order. And shout out Blartagnan. How you doing, buddy? Did you miss me?
I did miss you. Actually, it's funny that you muted yourself because I made the exact same mistake. I want to say last stream when I was hosting. We got Baby Blart in the house over there. She is doing great. Had a wonderful Halloween. We dressed her up first Halloween in a Baby Appa costume from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And today was also her first day at her new daycare, so she was having a great time being adorable in a warm little fuzzy costume. Now she's wearing a little pumpkin tutu and climbing all over. She's basically she's become stronger than I have, Raw. This is insane. You have kids. Is this a thing they just naturally outpace you by the time they're 7 months old?
Yes.
Like physically speaking?
Yes, you pass on all your
Okay.
strongest genes. It's something genetic. I went to college, but I forgot about it. You pass on all your strongest genes, and they just become better in every way.
Yeah, no, I'm really feeling that. So I'm just tremendously proud of her. Couldn't be prouder, and she is doing great. But yeah, we are not alone. We are also joined by Leaf Blade Mouse. Mouse, how's it going, my man?
Good. I forgot these streams don't start like all of Blart's videos. Every Raw Life, I miss you very much. Of course, I'm glad to see you're back. I'm glad. Sad that you're married now because I lost my chance. But all of
Better luck next time.
One Blart. Well, you know, just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. Every time Blart started the stream, it started like one of his videos, which was actually really nice. I didn't want to mention anything because I didn't want him to stop doing it, but it was fun. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm dog sitting this week, so it's a little bit more lively around my place. So yeah. How about you, Somegi? We are.
Oh wow, okay. So it's been a hot minute since I've been on the show. Had actually a ton of stuff going on in my life since then. I just moved halfway across the country this weekend, so that happened, I guess, and I am starting a new job next week.
From the bad half to the good half, I'm assuming.
I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're in it now, so it must be.
Yeah.
That's fantastic news, though. We're excited to have you back. Like you said, it's been a second. I know you were here for our anniversary, which was exciting and fun, but I don't know. This feels like a good squad to have here. I'm excited.
I think
the energy's feeling really good.
Like, gosh, it was before I got COVID, so that was like back in May.
Woof.
Oh, I probably got COVID from you then, because I got it after I joined the stream.
Oh yeah, no, it's part of the orientation
like
package.
4 months ago.
I think I got caught on the stream layout or something, and I got hit with it.
Yeah. It can live on there a long time.
It's Halloween.
Raw never disinfects it.
It's Halloween, and the gang's all here. I'm unbelievably happy to be back. I'm unbelievably happy that Leafblade and Somegi are here. Blart, I love you too, but hey.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. But yes, let's get some hype in the chat. Mouse, Somegi, Blart, Raw Life. It's the whole gang. The boys are all here. The girls are all here. Everyone's all here. Let's party. People in chat aren't noticing. I don't know how you couldn't notice by this webcam alone. I'm Peaky Blinders. I'm dressed up for Halloween. This is the Peaky Blinders. I gotta
whole
fix.
show.
Yeah, I gotta fix the sub goal. Blart, will you tell them about your little sub goal? It's beautiful.
Yes.
And I want to see you have to do this because I feel like you don't want to do it.
It's true. A couple of weeks ago, for those of you who are joining us, we had a little mini sub drive, which we didn't make, which was to pull for Deuce and then as a stretch goal for Blarthier. It was supposed to extend into last week, but we ended up having to cancel the stream rather unceremoniously due to various personal things. Baby Blart was very upset about it, as you can hear, really torn up about it. We're kind of doing a makeup sub drive here. 15 subs will get, and I will take it pulled Blarthier FR on stream. The reason I'm not doing gems is because Renoa can sod off. Sorry, Renoa, but yeah. So if we can hit 15 subs, then hey, that's Blarthier FR, which sucks, and I don't want it. But hey, leading man, so you got to give the people what they want, and if that's what you want, that's how you get it.
Phenomenal. We missed a week, right? Only 1 week.
We did miss 1 week.
We weren't here last week, so there's a couple of characters we got to go over, but just to kind of lay down the general timeline of the week, we are going to go through Crevasse. I have not done... Jesus Christ, Cosmic Poo. He really likes... Excuse me, I swallowed spit because I'm so excited. Cosmic Poo, best friend of the channel ever since my FIFA days. Shout out Cosmic Poo, phenomenal person, phenomenal viewer, phenomenal supporter. Five gifted subs, unbelievable. And Soraya the Ranger, we got 6 in a row. We love you guys, thanks so much. Let me fix the. How do I fix the sub count? Here we go. Pull that, do this. Anyway, I was gonna tell you guys the plan. What is 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 10. We're gonna do Crevasse. I haven't done Crevasse. I got way behind. I got married. Shout out Becca, Mrs. Life. There's the ring.
Yeah, that's Becca.
I got married, so it's got our little first dance song written in there. I don't think you can see it, but she got it engraved in there. Isn't that sweet and cute? So I haven't been playing the game much, but I pulled Renoa and she destroyed everything I was missing. So now we're gonna do Crevasse, and I believe these other 3 fine folks have already done Crevasse, so they're going to talk to you and kind of explain to me the best way to do every fight, so I don't have to do any work. So it's all gonna work out great. Somegi also with the sub. Thank you, Somegi. Yeah. So, Blart, what do you want to do? You want to talk about the characters while I try to blow up the first stage, and then we can get into Crevasse? Because I did not pull these characters, so you guys are going to have to...
Yeah, we could talk the characters while you get yourself situated. I'm looking forward to sharing the objective correct view, which is the opposite of Trevoid's view in the chat, about Crevasse kind of being But, yeah, we... real quick, we had Blarthier. Well, we had they called it a token challenge. It was basically just, a generic event. Like,
no, it's Heretics.
It's a Heretics event.
Oh, it was Heretics, wasn't it?
Yeah, everyone's favorite event, Heretics.
I always forget Heretics is Heretics because you bring the synergy characters, they blow up all the lower level fights, and it doesn't matter. So it's like an absolute. It was. I'll say this: when it first came out, Heretics, it was kind of choice because it was the first lockout content we really got to experience. And it was like, ooh, this is cool because lockout content is the best content of the game for endgame content. And so it was cool. And then we realized, wait a second, there's no real rhyme or reason to this, and you can just bring the synergy characters to every fight and they blow it up. So that kind of took a dampener out of that. But they used that to build upon the better things. So the fight was these dragon dudes, and they buffed themselves, and they had an interesting mechanic where they buffed themselves like at certain HP and force level thresholds, which I thought was neat. But that basically means you just bring a Dispeller and kind of dispel the heck out of them. As you can see, it was just the Tiamat dudes with the 2 heads, and they whatever really. I think the only problem with the fight is their force time. They removed one of your buffs, which dispel. Ugh, gross.
Yeah, another important mechanic worth mentioning is that if either of them gets to 8 total buffs, then they will enrage, which means they will wipe all your buffs and do a guaranteed hit HP attack that'll kill you.
Right, I forgot about, because I don't think anyone ever actually encountered that if they read the description, so that would have been a funny thing to bring here.
I saw it once.
Oh!
I died.
Okay, I mean, that happens.
Well, my entire party was dead, and I was like, oh, let's keep playing, see what happens, and that's what happened.
Now we know. But, yeah, so it was overall, I thought it was a reasonable fight, the Blarthier fight. Did a decent job of showcasing Blarthier, and also actually Golbez, who was the original second C90 on that fight. They replaced it with Garland for this, so it doesn't really show it off as much, but they do the turn warp thing, which Golbez is actually really good at dealing with because he has the short duration freeze, which keeps you super safe for a short window of time, but only a couple times in the fight, so it's really good for stuff where the fight's only really scary dangerous during certain phases. That said, it was a fight. Mouse, what do you think of it?
I thought it was okay. I don't think it's the worst fight we've had this cycle. Well, maybe. They're all kind of in the running, to be fair. I think
this time.
I think being debuff immune is an interesting way of locking out certain characters. Just because it seemed like a lot of the design philosophy was putting strength into debuffs for a long time. And then they kind of come in phases where they do that, and then they will put strength into overheads or put strength into buffs or whatever. So it's kind of an interesting way of locking out a lot of the roster. That being said, I don't think a lot of what the fight is doing is, challenging you in any super specific way. And a lot of the characters that we have right now can just kind of deal with it, no problem. Even if you are kind of doing the slower let an enemy have a turn thing, or slower in quotes, they warp, and then Galif, for example, can just go in on them. And, I think the, 8 buffs getting 8 buffs and kind of blowing up the party could be interesting, but I also think a lot of it is you wouldn't really see that unless you're like maybe trying to intentionally ignore that, or are like oblivious to the mechanic. I'm not sure. I don't think it's like a terrible fight. I just think it's kind of similar to a lot of stuff that we have, a lot of fights that we've had recently where, the characters that we have access to just kind of shut it down super hard. Somegi?
So I actually really liked this fight. I think that there was a lot of pretty cool stuff going on. I liked that the buffs that they got were like really bad, right? There's the one where they take one's brave damage, the ones where they take no HP damage. Like,
yeah, they're very
meaningful
buffs.
Yeah. And if you didn't just blow them up in one force time, and you like actually saw them go through their mechanics more than one time, those buffs come up really fast when you're near the end of the fight and their force gauge is charging at like the highest speed. You really kind of like, they're putting up a real dangerous stuff almost every shift. Kind of a pretty fun tension if you bring a team that doesn't just slow it, which is the problem with a lot of these fights, right? That I think this one had probably more interesting mechanics than a lot of the ones that we've seen this month. Like, I think it did more interesting things with the systems that it had than like Aerith IW or even really T11.
Yeah.
But again, we're just too strong for this content. Like, off-turn teams destroy it. Renoa or Tifa destroy this. And I also thought it was funny that they lock out debuffs, but like the most meta characters in the game right now don't use any debuffs.
Yeah, that was
like, it doesn't stop Tifa, it doesn't stop Renoa. Like, what the fuck's the point? I don't know.
I think the reason they made him debuff immune was probably to incentivize using Blarthier over Beatrix, Faris, Vanille. Like, there's a lot of our dispellers, not all of them, but a lot of our dispellers have debuffs in their kit. That said, I think people are still using like Beatrix as an off-turn unit, Faris as an off-turn unit with Vanille, I think people were like, I think I still used Faris in this fight. Like, people still use the characters anyway because there just wasn't enough in the fight to stop you from, like, the loss in power that you got from not getting access to their debuffs wasn't enough to stop you from using them.
Yeah, Beatrix is amazing here.
Exactly, but I think that was at least the design philosophy behind why they made them debuff immune. It was just to sell Blarthier as the dispeller unit. But you're right, it didn't actually do that much, and it is an interesting design space that I don't mind seeing crop up from time to time.
Yeah, I do like that it is doing something to try, like, Somegi made a good point of, like the characters who are currently really strong right now, their debuffs aren't impactful, or not necessarily not impactful.
They don't even have them.
Yeah, they don't have them, or they're not like a core of their kit. So like, unless you're still trying to use Machina, and even then, like, it's just his follow-up.
Tifa has an attack down somewhere in her kit, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does. She has like a 50% chance of applying like a 20% attack down or something.
Jesus. No wonder they want to keep that character.
Sheer roll coverage of this unit.
Yeah, I kind of trailed off and ended up forgetting what my point was. But yeah, I do agree largely. Like, I didn't love this fight, but it is trying to do something different than what we have been getting, so I can appreciate that.
I also experienced a lot more of the fight because I brought Lion as my only dispeller.
Yeah, that would do it for sure.
Her C90 is not good.
No.
Tragedy.
And knife ultimate.
Oh, I have 5 out of 5 dagger.
Yeah, knife ultimate weapon is, I'd say it's up there with spear as far as like a good B tier ultimate weapon.
It's not as high as spear.
Okay, maybe B minus, C tier.
Spear's got cane, which automatically makes it like
cane.
A lot better than most ultimate weapon types.
That's a good point. Thinking about the, sorry, I'm going through my head and it's a lot of, it is funny we're talking about dagger ultimate weapon Copium, and I'm just thinking about we're gonna be getting lock C90 very, very soon.
Yo.
Zidane.
Edge force enhancement.
Zidane force enhancement.
And rework.
Rework and what? Yeah, but
Spear's actually in a pretty good spot right now. You've got Liud and Iroha and Kane.
Yeah, because you're going to want to be using...
Aranea coming up.
Oh yeah, Aranea, that's a good one. So yeah, no, Spear's in a solid place. But yeah, we got two characters that came with this fight. We got ourselves Blarthier, who we'll be talking about, and we got ourselves... It wasn't Golbez, they pulled a fast one on us. In order to make this Abyss play out of it, in order to make a unique weapon type on this Abyss, they give us Golbez C90 on the Abyss, or sorry, Crevasse, turning to MacLeod, and... And shout outs to Black Nero on YouTube. Love you, buddy. And Garland on this Blarthier fight, which honestly doesn't matter because Garland... Oh boy, Garland. Oh dear.
What a stinker. Holy crap. It should be illegal to release a character like that.
It is rough. It's... Because I can give everyone a very short description of his rework in C90. We can get it real quick out of the way. They added brave hits to all of his attacks and stuff. More brave hits, no HP attacks, brave hits. And they made his, and they gave his, his EX is now a full AoE attack as opposed to a single target. So yeah, brave hits. The potencies probably went up too. Potencies. And that's it. It really sucks. He gets Ultimate Weapon Greatsword. It's something. If you're interested in pulling for Garland, hold on to your gems because Jack Garland's coming in. He's actually good. So speaking as someone who has his fair share of Copium characters in the roster, it is a really sad time to be a Garland fan, and I am sorry for those of you who are.
Yeah, I don't even think I don't know if he would have any spot in a party at this time. I think his AoE delays are pretty good, but is that something you necessarily need right now? No.
You can use him on the Aranea FR to delay.
Yahoo.
Yeah, if they didn't fix the Cloud of Darkness bug, then he might be able to do at least one thing in this game at all.
Yeah, that's the other thing is that bug is no longer in the game, so he doesn't even have that usage. But yeah, even for a DPS or a DPT, excuse me, unit his attacks don't, or his brave dumps are pretty low. It's near they're pretty near support levels currently. So I don't know. It's tragic. And his BT effect is super outdated. Before it used to be really good. One of the early max brave cap kind of ones, but now that's kind of mainstay and any unit has it, so it's hard to think of a reason to field him anywhere for any reason.
Yeah, he does have defense and speed down that don't rely on debuffs for a debuff immune fight.
There you go.
Hey, there's something.
So does Aerith, but
uh-oh. And she does more damage than him too.
Very much so. Yes, it's not even close.
Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, I mean, every unit has their ups and their downs. Garland was quite strong when he released with LDBT back in the day ish. But yeah, I really don't know what they're thinking with this particular rework and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and stop.
They were thinking, "Oh shit, we forgot to give Garland a C90. What can we throw together in 5 minutes?"
Yeah. So let's not waste more time on this really sad rework. Blarthier also got a rework and a FR. I think he already had C90 if I remember right.
He did.
That's
a short version of the rework is he just gets more damage. I think a little bit more. I think it's slight aura boost too, but mostly just more damage.
Did he get an aura boost? I actually don't know.
I could have sworn they added 20% attack, something, or 30%, or maybe the aura boost might have actually been during his C90. I might be wrong there. It doesn't really matter.
I don't know the answer.
His auras are where they're at. More damage though is for sure. Oh god, baby Lord, here she comes. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh god. This is how Blart dies. You take it from here, guys.
Yeah. So Blarthier also ended up getting kind of minor update. I think you just get more dumps in it, and
okay. I think that the dumps he got are actually really good. I think that's the strongest thing about this iteration of Blarthier is that while his base skills are they're whatever, his
Yeah.
EX and LD are both very strong, which is like kind of what you want out of force times. You have like your big hit. His big hits are big.
Yeah, it's
Like his LD's what,
dumps on LD?
7 dumps or something,
Yeah.
and it's full AOE. Like he can pump damage during force time,
It's
which is important and good. The only downside to that is that he has one of the shittiest ultimate weapon types in the game.
Gun is not doing so hot.
I don't think we've gotten any gun unit updates since King.
That sounds right. And then I don't think we're really getting another one till
Jesse.
So yeah, pretty rough. Gun is probably the most traded in Ultima weapon of all time. But
It's not the worst in the game. There's whip and bow.
but it's hitting that bottom 3 definitely pretty shitty.
And he got an FR as well, which we should talk about.
Yeah,
Because it's really it's a very interesting FR. I think this is.
I really like the FR design, honestly.
It's so situational. Someone who can do a quick breakdown of his FR conditions.
It's pretty simple.
All right, he's got 3 conditions. It's plus 40% if you attack an enemy who is not debuffed.
Okay.
It is plus 20% if you do ranged damage on your turn. And it is plus, I believe, 80% if you remove a buff.
yes. And one thing to note is that 80% includes off turn. So if you use like a Vanille Sphere or with like a Ferris,
Or use Beatrix.
Or Beatrix, yeah, is another, probably like the one that I thought of. But it will also do the 80%, which is interesting. One thing that I think is kind of strange about his FR is that it removes buffs, right? It removes 3 buffs on usage.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That was actually the reason that I have not pulled for Blarthier and do not want to pull for Blarthier until at least he gets his BT is on paper I saw the FR and was excited because like, oh cool, like, you know, normally if you're not dispelling buffs, right, it's just a build a range team flat 60% every turn. That's good generic, you know, kind of use level numbers. That's good. And hey, ideally, if you can't meet the no debuff condition, that's because you're getting plus 80 because you're dispelling instead. That's great. Okay, sweet. So I thought it was a pretty good generic, situationally great FR. Then I realized, as you said, you know, there's some kind of awkwardness to Blarthier right now because the way they reworked his skills, everything but his skill, I want to say 1, dispels 3 buffs from all targets. And the skill 1 is 1 buff from all targets, which I think it might be a skill 2. The skill 1 is the 1 buff from all targets, which is, I think, his weakest skill. And so that means, in force time, if you want to be, you know, ideally letting, you know, dispelling, it's kind of the Arciella thing from the Arciella Lost chapter, where people were complaining that she dispelled all buffs on a target, and you wanted to be able to pace the dispels over time to keep the orb check. Same deal. You want to pace your dispels to get as many 80% procs as you could, ideally. And, you know, this is, again, ideal world type situation. And Blarthier's out there either clearing their buffs completely because he's dispelling like 3 buffs a turn, or using his weakest skill, even though we just talked about how he actually has good attacks on his LD and the EX. And then on top of that, there's the base design of when you press it, it's instant turn rate and dispel. So that means you're guaranteed the first turn is going to be plus 60. And you're getting rid of the opportunity to make it plus 80. Like, it really feels like... insulting maybe isn't the right word. It's just like, oh, that just feels bad. That's not quite Reno skill 1 bad, but it is maybe mini skill 1 bad. We can talk about that later.
It's definitely awkward. And I think also something that I kind of like, I also was like, oh, you know, it's plus 60%. He'd bring a full range team. Then I thought about who would I put in a full range team? And
Kane.
the options aren't that good.
Kane.
Sorry, one thing I did have, but Liud actually fits in there.
Yeah, Liud does, but if you have that team, you would just use Liud's FR because it's also plus 60%, and you don't need the other person to be ranged.
Unless you wanna go ahead and take advantage of that 80% situational, it could be
right.
incrementally better. But yeah, I mean, they're
they're really just. I mean, like I think Ferris is ranged.
Prompto.
Other FR units are ranged.
Prompto.
Titus?
One day. Titus. I mean, well, Titus has an E-sphere, doesn't he? So yeah, because his own sphere's here. So you could give Titus a Vanille sphere and just go to town with his re-breaks. You know. So there could be, you could do some big brain Titus stuff, but like, yeah, like you can see, like I like Blarthier as a character. I know our buddy Goose is a big proponent of Blarthier right now because he does have the best selfish DPS armor in the game with the max HP or max Brave Cap focus, and so that, you know, with full AoE he can put out good numbers. Oh god, this is it. I'm goodbye, fellas.
He can put out good damage if you have a gun ultimate weapon.
Right.
Which, if you have a gun ultimate weapon, it's for Blarthier. It's not for anybody else.
Yeah.
I guess like Laguna is probably usable in certain specific comps.
I suspect that Vincent can still do well if you have the means, if you have that ultimate weapon for Blarthier. Just run Vincent instead.
I don't know if he has the damage per action do too great in force time, but
I mean, 6 HP attacks with splash. I think that sounds good to me.
It's below par for a DPS nowadays.
Damn.
Pretty far below par, actually.
Really?
We're talking like Tifa and Renoa, but
that explains why my Vincent. No one's seen any of my Vincent runs because they keep failing. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and undo that.
Yeah, I just think he's in a weird spot where like his FR, I don't want to say like it doesn't necessarily work against him. It's just that like it's awkward to use and to get the benefits out of using it as like a generic FR. It's like not that generic where you have to.
It's not generic at all.
Yeah, it's limiting you to. It's not like 1/3 of the roster. But
I mean, and to be fair, like when it does work well, like in this fight that's built to showcase Blarthier, it's insane.
Yeah,
like people were getting to 999% in like 2 turns because these bosses buff constantly.
Yeah, but it's just, you know, how often do we get bosses who buff that consistently? You know what I mean? Most of them are invisible aura buffs, not you know, physical blue buffs, blue background buffs.
Yeah.
So you know, he's not terrible. I don't think he's good. He's probably bad. He's pretty bad.
I think he's like, if for the times when he's really good, he is really good. And if you have extra resources, like, yeah, go for it.
Sure.
But do I want to invest my limited, you know, blue armor and high power stone and force enhancement materials in him? Personally, no.
Yeah, I think it's a hard one to recommend to someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
right.
Which is kind of the point of what we're doing here. It is worth noting he will down the line get a pretty sweet looking burst weapon, and so there is we do have the general advice of don't like base your pull decisions on the character as they will be, base it on the now. Treat this character as a different character than what they will be down the line, and that is true. So, but at the same time, he's not in a great spot right now, and he'll be better. So if you're a Blarthier fan and you just want a cool Blarthier, he'll have his day. Just wait for them, unless like you're being paid to pull for it or something.
Speaking of. 5 more subs and Blart will pull on.
4 more subs, actually.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
Even less.
I don't know if that's because people have been generous or if Raw Life's bad at math, but I'll take it either way.
I'm great at math.
Best math.
What happened with this fight? What are you doing? What's going on?
I'm destroying it. No problem. Did any of you guys actually pull Blarthier?
No.
Okay. So that's I think that says everything. Does anybody else have any closing thoughts on Blarthier?
I mean, I did pull his FR because I was capped on tickets, but
you didn't build it.
I haven't maxed it. No.
Mrs. Blart says he has one of the nicer butts in the series.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got to agree with Mrs. Blart as per usual. Phenomenal butt. Phenomenal butt on Fafron. Google that. Fafram?
Fafnir?
What's it called? Oh, Fafnir. Okay, yeah. So there's another. Is that the last event before Crevasse, or is there still Arden?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Okay.
Arden is Crevasse.
Okay, so then we got Crevasse, which is the best we'll argue about this later, but it's the best single game mode in the game. I am in the first fight of Crevasse. You guys want to talk a little bit about Arden after this fight, or what do you guys want to do?
Which fight are you doing? I can't actually see the video.
I'm doing.
This is
7, the Deathgazes.
We should probably start by talking about the fight in this case.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh, I like this fight.
Let's go into this fight.
Yeah, that's enough.
I don't know how it actually works. I'm trying to blow it up as fast as possible. So if you guys want to talk about the fight itself, I do not know how it works.
Okay. Well, y'all can jump in if you want, but the basic gist of it is these are Deathgazes, and they're pretty cool. They're actually going to be from a later fight. It's a time warped, which is I always enjoyed that. It's kind of cool. It gives GL a spicy glimpse of the future. But the spicy future preview. But the way these guys basically goodness gracious, is they don't have that much in the way of force mechanics, but they have a in the way of like threshold mechanics. I mean,
they have a big force mechanic.
Well, I said much, not the. I'm talking about like the number of mechanics, not the.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, good point, because they have a big mechanic, which is when they hit 50%. At that point, from that point on, they every attack they do is accompanied by a gigantic HP reduction HP damage reduction ignoring Brave Gain attack. So you'll see there we do the attack and then sorry, they have to get a turn. So if you're watching the screen there, after A finishes his turn here, there we go. He does Rip plus, and it's scary and devastating and will kill you, unless of course you evade it because it's not guaranteed hit, or you use like a phrase effect. A lot of people use Setzer, Cater Call. Golbez, of course, is a featured character here. I found personally evasion work, Gallifin Edge, tremendous for this fight. The other mechanic they have, which we also are seeing there, goodness, Baby Blart is loving this pacifier I've given her. Great, right here. You know what? Do you guys want to handle the threshold mechanics, because I'm being vastly overwhelmed here.
Sure. So it's almost every 10% something new happens, which is kind of interesting in Force era, because you can push those pretty quickly if you're using your Force gauge efficiently. So on starting at 79%, they start to do Reaper's Rise, which is they give themselves a speed up buff. They debuff you with a Poison Claw, which is an HP poison, and then a minus 50% Brave Gains is like a default, or not a default, unframed debuff. And this HP poison is pretty gnarly. It tore through my health very quickly. So even like I ended up using, I'm gonna go for max score on this Crevasse. So I use like the same team as Raw I was using here, but with a base BT con. And even with Renoa's like HP reduction thing, with her regen, it like regened it, and then the boss would just get rid of the health anyway. So like the kind of funny thing you can do with Renoa, where you like take your health to 0 and just blow up the boss, didn't even work because I still needed to like heal afterwards. And then with their Brave Gauge HP attack, if you're not taking care of that in like a careful way, that will obviously just like annihilate you. And then on I want to say like the opposite 10%. So like starting at 69%, they start doing this Vanishing Gaze move, which is an attack on a random target, which can be gnarly again if you're not taking care of. If you're not like evading with your entire party, or if you aren't freezing them, you could just like not attack the character who's going to evade the attack and rip through you. And then they also buff themselves with turn rate up, and then you with turn rate down. So with speed up and turn rate up and turn rate down, they can really stack turns up against you and try and like kind of just annihilate you. There is, like I've already mentioned a few times now, like there's ways to kind of avoid these, but you have to be careful, because if they are getting so many turns, your debuffs aren't going to last super long. So you just have to be, it is like a fight that you have to be careful with. I think this is a good fight overall. It does throw like a lot at you, but there's enough ways to deal with it that it's not like too bad. But it's like you do have to be like mindful of where you are, even if you are kind of rushing it down.
Am I gonna
It's
die?
so fascinating.
Am I gonna die?
I'm not looking, but probably yes.
Statistically speaking, it's likely.
I can't hit their force weakness. I chose the wrong force weakness.
Just wait it out.
Did you use your summon to try and get out of it?
Yeah, I put up Setzer Call, Tree Void. Yes, I did.
Where is it? Where's the freeze?
It should be on them. Oh shit, it's not on them because they're...
Anyways,
Fuck, I didn't put it on. I used the wrong call. I used the LD.
Use the LB.
Are they gonna go to 100% when I jump out of summon?
No.
Maybe? Who knows? It's impossible to say.
There's
There's only one way to find out.
I want to shout out one character who's really good here that I use, Aerith.
Oh boy.
Because Mouse just told me about all those buffs and debuffs. I didn't see a single one of them. I learned so much from that.
Are they gonna go to 100 when I get out of summon?
No, you're fine.
Are they going to go to 100 when I get out of summon or not?
Go to 100. What does that mean?
Will
the force? Yeah.
What are you doing here?
That's not fair. They shouldn't gain any from my summon.
They don't get it from the summon. They get it from the turn.
Oh, they only got plus 0.2. We're fine. We're fine.
We've done it.
Yeah, so I ran Aerith, Charlotta, and I needed to fill out my codes, so I brought Soul.
Oh my god.
He was complete dead weight, but I still cleared the fight pretty easily. And I also used Charlotta's BP phase and skipped like 6 different thresholds. I just did them all at once.
Yeah, I did this team that Raw Life is using. I did it a little bit better than he is though. I skipped. I managed to put the Setzer freeze on them before my burst phase, and they like used all of their attacks at once. And because it doesn't like give them a turn. It's like an interrupt. Like it's
right, yeah, the freeze doesn't take down. Yeah, I brought 2 freeze calls. I didn't use the second one.
Yeah, I brought a heal. What was it? I think I brought Seymour just for extra damage. And then I healed with Luda base call or something, and it worked out. Yeah, I think
I had Aerith for healing, so
yeah, I think this is a good fight overall. One of the 2 fights we got in Crevasse, so half the fights.
I think this was the better of the 2 fights.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, like I said, Aerith kind of shuts this fight down.
Shoutouts to Galuf for this fight. Him plus a Lenicol right before force time was just chef's kiss.
Why did my Ultima turn into Ultima?
What's that? It's because you aren't in wing mode. You have to be in wing form. So that's gonna do like 2 less HP attack.
It will still deal 0 HP damage because they're in force time.
I'm in wing mode.
Now you are in wing. What's that buff that's falling off? Yeah, don't worry about it. You're fine.
What is seething power?
What are you talking about? Oh,
that's her EX buff.
I don't see it.
The last thing we should mention is that they take 0 HP damage when they're in force time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just waited.
Yeah. And one thing with both of these fights. Sorry, Somegi, I didn't interrupt, but I'm gonna keep going.
Go for it.
One thing that's cool about these fights is they have the thing that JP is doing right now, where their force time, it just charges faster than you, even if you're like charging it actively with like a Charlotta thing. It can be kind of hard to keep up.
I did not have that experience. When I was spamming force charging moves to get the second force time, I was going way faster than them.
Yeah,
it is.
I got some issues then.
Excalibur did mention it is possible to actually charge up your force time before they hit, before they even hit 50% to deal with. It just you have to focus on it.
Okay, I don't do that. I don't do it right then.
Usually when I run characters like Charlotta or Aerith, I'll do like 1 charge action and then do a normal action.
Yeah.
For their turn.
Yeah, me too. That's usually what I end up doing. But yeah, I think I'm glad they do that because I think one thing with Force that if you're doing a charge and blow up, and people, it's the only strategy in the game, so everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
You a lot of the times you don't have to like contend with their Force time at all. So having a thing that like makes you deal with the mechanic, quote unquote. I think it's just I think it's good or like healthy for the game to have the bosses put up a fight, and like if you want to charge, you have to like focus on it, and then you pretty much have to blow it up in that one, or they will get their Force time and probably blow you up because you haven't been focusing on like any defenses or anything like that. I'm glad they keep doing it because I think it's an interesting mechanic, and both of these Crevasse fights do that. Well, if you're doing 0 damage, what's happening?
They're in fucking...
Where'd your buffs go?
They're in fucking, Force time, man.
Weren't they in Force time like 10 minutes ago?
I can't get him out.
LD.
I can't get him out. I gotta get Glacification Plus. Isn't that how you get it? Was it LD? Or is it
Sometimes.
EX?
It's your other skill. Skill 2.
Oh my god.
And
COD
LD.
keeps
LD
jumping.
also does it.
COD keeps jumping.
Oh no.
Yeah, got broken.
Oh no.
God sucks.
So much trouble. I don't think I can do it.
Not with that attitude, you can't.
Is this
not with this situation.
the end for our hero, the best player?
Well, they're out of I can FR on Renoa's turn, but I'm out of special attacks. I'm out of like defensive. I'm out of defensive shit, dude.
Yeah, and you're just gonna have to go on the offense, buddy.
I mean, once they're out of Force time, they're not that threatening because they don't do the follow-up until 50%.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
You gotta
Wait, are we
believe.
good? Did I do it? Did the best player do it again?
You beat the game.
Wait,
Done.
did the best player do it again? I told y'all I was gonna beat Crevasse in one try. Are we good? I mean, are we safe? Uh oh. That looks bad.
I've never felt safer.
Oh no, they're gonna gain a bunch of... Oh yeah, it's not good.
No. Because she's gonna counter, right?
Nope.
Why isn't she countering?
It has to be an HP attack.
Oh, tragic.
Well, as it says on the screen, rip.
Yep.
Tragic.
This is sadder than Shakespeare.
What did I do wrong?
You died. You weren't supposed to do that.
So, this is my first time doing this fight. We're talking about this fight. Essentially, I saw chat say, none of their hits are guaranteed.
That is true.
That is correct, yes.
Yeah, that's
Because
100%.
this fight was actually pulled from the Rydia FR event.
So you
And
can...
it is.
Okay, I don't want to do that again. If nothing's guaranteed hit, you just bring Galuf, right?
That's what I did.
But
Yeah,
Galuf is
right.
Except for the... Yeah,
Galuf-
Gallup destroys this fight because he also covers when they do the random targeting for the threshold attacks. He'll
Oh,
still
that's fine.
cover. So
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I want... I need the points.
You know, I hear there was a handsome and talented YouTuber who did a run involving Galuf and was able to hit all of the reward points.
Goose hasn't made a video in like months.
So what do I do? I change
No. Can we ban mouse? Is it too late for us to ban mouse?
ultimate to 2, great sword to 1,
yeah,
Triple green, baby.
and triple green.
you don't even
my
need
God,
triple
I
green. You
completely
can still hit
forgot.
max score easily.
Triple
You're right.
Or
green,
max rewards.
great sword. This will do it, right? So what about their follow-up? What about their follow-up, Rip?
You can dodge it.
Yep, he'll dodge that. It'll be great.
So we're free.
It's easy.
Should I do the other? Since we already talked about this fight, though, should I do the other fight and just save this team for off stream?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Let's do that.
Okay.
The other fight isn't bad.
We beat it, everyone.
Yeah.
We did it.
So I gotta
First
use.
try.
I gotta use the bathroom, but
First.
we're gonna do this fight. I don't know what this fight is at all. Oh Jesus
This
Christ, these guys.
Yeah, the
Alright.
Titus trade.
Okay. All right.
Well, that was
So
good, that's right.
I've got to make a team of yellow swords, and I don't have Arden. Is that the situation?
That is the situation.
Great.
Don't make a team of yellow swords would be my advice.
I'll be right back.
It isn't the only situation, though. I do believe a non-Goose, non-English, handsome and talented YouTuber did a video that didn't use Yellow Sword to beat this and still got all the reward points.
Yeah, I also did not use I didn't use any yellow swords in this fight.
Yeah, and you're not British or Goose.
Or handsome.
I used a blue unique and 2 black greatswords.
Hey, there we go. I think I used 2. What did I do? Dang. Oh yeah, I did a unique 2 great sword, 2 blue, 1 black type situation. Gladio Corvain, I think.
See, I replaced Vayne with the far superior BT plus unit, the black greatsword, Jagron.
Yes, of course.
Yo.
Yeah, I used Jagron for this fight.
And he did massive damage to it.
Dragon is good.
Yeah, he did pretty well actually. He has kind of a fun interaction where his preemptive counts for another tick of Core's FR.
That is actually kind of cool. Like the
Snow does the same thing too.
Who does?
Snow.
Oh well, that's less cool. We don't like snow.
I like Snow.
Okay. Jeez. I mean, look, we this is a Jagron household, not a Snow household.
I have both of them green and blue.
Get halfway out of this house.
You go stand in the mud room. What did you guys think of this other one of 2 fights that we got for the Crevasse event?
I'm definitely glad they put this one at 6 and that one at 7, because that one's definitely the trickier of the 2, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I always like...
Other than them healing and force time, did they do anything?
No.
They look
don't think
really
so.
silly, and I think exactly one of their attacks gives them a generic buff to dispel for the dispel a buff force condition.
Oh.
So that's great.
Yeah, they have a pretty small list of things that they do. They are immune to turn deletion. That 20% force gauge though, so
They all
Zidane runners in shambles.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they're also launch immune after 20%.
So
yeah.
what do we do? What do we do? What's the easiest team? Straight up.
Zidane. Put Zidane in.
Yeah, no, it's a Zidane team, definitely.
Can you guys help me instead of actively hurting
I'm
me?
not.
Can you help me for once?
I wouldn't. I would never.
I will say that I used Core's FR here and it was very easy.
Core's FR. Okay, good. I have Core. Core is unique. What color is Core?
Use Ami.
Blue.
What color is Core?
He's a blue boy.
Okay. So, oh god, I don't want to do Core. I don't want to do blue unique. Can I do?
I'm BB.
Can I do like? Can I do 3 blue, 3 something else?
You can't do 3 blue.
Yeah.
It's not a code. Doesn't exist.
All right.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
that's like the codes are
You
So-
like
again.
the thing is you don't have to do triple anything to get max
Yeah.
rewards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you including the tickets in that? Because I need the tickets.
Yes, I said max rewards. That's max
Okay.
rewards.
Perfect. So then, what are we gonna do here? Let's just do it.
You can do 2 blue
Do this.
and
This
1
team looks
other
fun.
color. And then like either 2 unique and something else, or 2 of something, and then Core can be the 1 unique. I personally went 2 greatsword and did Vayne and Gladio alongside Core. It went great.
Put Ami in this team.
I don't have Vayne.
That's
Yeah, we were talking about earlier. I used Gladio and Jagron.
I don't have Jagron. What color is Jagron?
Black greatsword.
Oh.
you could spend $80
He is also
on
green.
you could spend a bunch of resources to get Vayne for this fight.
Vayne's
Sure,
not
he is
up on
on
the
Vayne.
banner.
Yeah,
Got BT tokens and LD tokens, my guy.
So what about this? What about this team here?
It's the natural progression from tokening Ash LD.
How does Gladio and Orin work in the same team? Remember when we did Shadow and Orin and it worked fine?
Probably the same.
Will this work fine?
I'm pretty sure one covers the other, so you only get one counter.
Fuck it.
Unless they do an all attack.
It's true.
Well, that's a good point.
Okay, so we're gonna do 2 black.
Half of their attacks are all attacks, so this is great.
We'll do 2 black, 2 great sword. All right, 2 black, 2 great sword, 1 unique, and 1 blue. That doesn't seem like a lot of points.
How many points is it?
It's red. I don't need a red. So 2 blue, 3 green. What the hell? 2. Wait, that's black, not blue.
Dang.
Is this this is not gonna do? Yeah, this is not gonna do enough points. Blue.
What is enough
unique,
points?
2 black great swords. Is this enough? 2 unique.
I mean, I literally ran that and I was 10 points over the requirement.
Okay, I'll just figure out what you did and get all yours. Should Gladio or Orin have my great sword 5 of 5?
Probably
Yes.
Orin because he does more damage.
Who's gonna counter more? I guess it depends on who they
I
target.
think that depends on what order the buffs are.
Jesus Christ. Okay, we're just gonna put it on. We're gonna put it on Orin.
What the
I
fuck?
think he has one of those LB uses.
You guys see that?
What?
What's
there's
that in
like
the top left?
There's like a corner. Like the corner is like a picture of some
Orin.
shit. Yeah, it's like a picture of Orin's thing. See it right here? You guys see that? That's
What the heck
probably
is
why.
that?
That's probably why I didn't
That-
clear the first
that hap-
fight.
That
Yeah.
happened to me earlier. With
You got full
Edge.
mana too. Nice.
Hey.
Okay, so this is the team. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna talk about the fight. Core, Gladio, Orin. Just blow them up, and then we want we want the melee. Is there a melee one? Entering force time while dealing melee brave damage with force ability and inflicting break. So I have to do it when they have brave.
Or
Yeah, or
you
Range.
could just
I don't have range.
I'm just saying you can token Vane's BT and then pay $80 for his LD and use that.
This point sucks. Look at these points, Somegi. 19.
Just add in the force canceling thing and just don't cancel their force.
Yeah, that's you have to
This
put
is
a force
including-
weakness.
This is including their force weakness.
This by the way is
The force weakness is worth 24 points. There's no way 19 is with the force weakness.
Oh, there it is.
Roger.
Okay.
so Rob, this force weakness thing. Good game, good design, good. You're enjoying this good stuff.
You want to argue with me about Crevasse versus the bullshit that you like, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be baited. You like
It's
bullshit. Let me ask you this: What's your
like
favorite?
bullshit.
What's your favorite game mode? Equinox. Right?
No. Equinox,
What is Equinox? So
Nah,
then, what's your
it's not
favorite?
Equinox.
What's your favorite?
Start
think- I think at this
It's
point
D2D.
I'm really enjoying D2D
Yeah.
conceptually. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun
Okay.
with it. I have no criticism of it other than the fact that it's not here again.
Okay, D2D is the correct answer. If anyone in chat or anyone in voice chat wants to say that Equinox is better than this, what I'm doing right now, speak up. It's not. It's not better. It's nothing.
It has more end game lockout fights.
It's nothing.
Therefore, it's better.
Does.
No,
That's
it's
literally
not
it.
a thing.
Yeah.
It's just fights. It is no.
Yeah.
It is not
And
a
How
thing.
many Cosmos are in
It
Equinox?
doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
no,
It doesn't matter. It's
You know,
it's
well,
just. It's
actually,
not. It's not.
speaking
It's
of
not a game
Cosmos-
mode. You can't use it as an answer because it's not a
Oh.
game mode. It's just fights.
Wait, hold on. But
Can we
then,
talk about how Cosmos doesn't exist in the game anymore, and they still put one
Back
in
from the
Crevasse?
dead. It's a Halloween. They brought Cosmos
There
back
is
from the
no. There is no. What calls do I use so we can do this fight and talk about it, please?
dead. I'm Italian.
Okay, fuck it. No, I don't want to give him. I want to give him more turns.
that won't be a
They
problem.
have turn rate down auras. You're fine.
I don't want to use a mid-Italian. Give me
It's
a
the
better.
flex.
Right, use X-Death.
No, I don't have X-Death.
Oh my
I'll
god.
go
Use
back to
Rude.
my old school days. I'll do Saws. Here's what I'll do. I'll do Saws, Kate Sith, and
Jack
Ursula.
Paul.
Yo.
Bring Jack Call, the classic.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
true.
I'll do
It's
Jack,
gonna be-
Kurasame. No, I want to do a damage call on
Ursula. Uh-oh.
I'll do a damage call on Gladiator because his damage sucks ass.
Like, how many minutes?
All right, let's do
And-
this fight.
But-
Okay, so Equinox is not. I want to make a strong statement here, and that's going to end the discussion. If you like Equinox, anyone in chat, anyone in voice chat, you like Equinox, that's great. I like Equinox too. Unfortunately, it's literally not. It is not in the same conversation as D2D and Crevasse. It's not a game mode. It is just fights. That's
lockouts.
That's all it is. It's just fights.
Wait, isn't
Lockout.
lockouts?
You can lock out. There's lockouts in
There's
Heretics.
fights too.
There's lockouts in Heretics.
So
Yeah,
you're
and
saying
if we
that-
got Shinryu difficulty Heretics, it'd probably be the best mode in the game.
I like locking out one of 2 force weaknesses. That's really fun.
What is?
I enjoyed having to choose one of the two, which
No.
of the two fork.
No.
That was-
What is
that was good
Equinox?
design.
Explain to me what Equinox is. What is Equinox?
It's like a something.
It's like
where
it's
they
like,
redesign older fights to bring them up to current
Right.
difficulty and
And
then
how
make
many-
you do them with lockouts.
how many current difficulty fights is there? There was 3.
2 of the iterations had 3, one of them had 5.
There was 3. It's 3.
Or 5.
So the answer is 3.
Or
Okay.
The most recent one was 5. Most recent.
There's 4 equinoxes in it.
So in Equinox, what are you doing? What changes the game? What about the basic? Basically, what this game can do is give you a fight, and that's all it can do. This is the fight you have to do. You can either do your own lockouts based on a challenge, or you can just play the game, and it locks out some characters. That's fine. The characters you've already used. How can Equinox? Hold on.
Wait
Alright,
a minute.
How can Equinox? I want to talk mathematics and logic. How can
you sure?
Equinox
Are you sure about
ever?
that?
How can Equinox
Gonna go
ever
out.
be better than D2D? How can it ever be better? It's. There's no way it can be better.
That's not entirely true.
There's mathematically no way.
Well,
It's lockouts.
I
Okay,
think-
so you like Equinox for lockouts. Okay, D2D has lockouts, and it's more. It's 7. It's 7.
the last one was
It's
7. If we got it this
Equinox.
coming month, it'd
I
be
mean, it's
6.
7 lockouts. So explain to me how, on any reality, how Equinox could ever be the best of these 3. It can. It cannot.
That's
You want my answer, or are you going to keep yelling?
Somegi, let Somegi go. Somegi,
So,
please.
In the previous iterations of Equinox, all of the fights were just better fights. They were like designed around the lockouts instead of just being copy paste of the same fights.
Okay.
They're old fights. They're old
I have a question
fights.
for you. Well, I'm
This is an
gonna
old fight.
just. This is Somegi's point kind of flavored differently. Would you rather get a 30-piece McNuggets or like a really good steak, like a single really good steak?
Describe
'Cause that's
my
kind-
describe my entire evening up to that moment.
Okay.
Where are the nuggets from?
Yeah, no. Describe no. If it's
Wait, the
McDonald's
McNuggets,
nuggets,
they're from
it's fine.
McDonald's.
Okay, so they're from McDonald's. Explain to me my entire night up to that point, because up
McDonald's
to that
for you?
point, if I've been drinking heavy at a fucking football game, I drink
okay.
30 High Lifes in a
I
day,
got it.
then guess what the answer is, Bart? The answer is 30 McNuggets every time.
So you're,
If it's
okay,
not,
so-
if that's not the situation, it's a steak.
Look at all these
All right.
people saying nuggets. What the hell?
I'm glad. Well, first of all, this was a clever trap to see exactly how classy our chat is. Thank you for not letting me down, guys. Yeah, no,
Right.
yeah, okay. You know what?
Either way, I think
Tell
Dare
me
Defy
I'm
is an
wrong.
awesome game mode. I also think Dare Defy is an awesome game mode, and I think that by far the biggest shortcoming of Crevasse is that we only got 2 Shinryus with lockouts, which sucked.
Okay, so Maggie, you've become my target.
Go for it.
Yes, you have become my target, and I'm going to talk to you now.
All right, I'm listening.
Give me in order Crevasse. Where's my camera? Crevasse, Dare to Defy, and Equinox. Give it to me straight.
Crevasse bottom easily,
Okay,
not even close.
fair. Disagree, but fair.
I personally enjoyed the previous Equinox events more than I enjoyed Dare to Defy, but I liked both of them a lot.
Okay. You cannot in good faith put Equinox above D2D. You just can't do it. It doesn't make sense. If what you value in content is lockouts, D2D has more. If what you value in content is in-game, the highest level fight, D2D has more. There is nothing that Equinox provides us that is better than D2D. D2D is the only
devil's advocate here, Raw. Now
Devil's advocate.
D2D, but here we go.
I'm a God-fearing man.
Are you kidding me? Okay, so the one thing I will say that Equinox could do. I'm gonna kick you out of the Discord that you lurk into mine.
Whoa.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet. Mark, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The example I'm gonna hold up as to the potential that Equinox has to be better than Dare to Defy, because Equinox is modifying fights is modifying fights versus just recreating them. We could get something like the Lena LD fight. That was I think everyone really enjoyed. It was a very mechanically interesting, unusual fight for us. I think it was effectively time traveled and modified, but
it was modified.
Which is what Equinox does. I'm saying hypothetically, Equinox could do that. Whereas D2D could theoretically give us a month where it's like, okay, Irvine intersecting wills, the Seymour fight, like we could have a month of shitty fights reused. Whereas in theory, not saying every time, Equinox has the potential to give us fights that have been tuned up and better. So I'd take 3 really good fights, 3 like Lena LD quality fights, over 7 like garbage time fights. Not saying that's what's happening. This is kind of talking abstract. So I'd say that's the argument in favor of Equinox.
Bullshitting.
On average, I think D2D probably has the win though.
Okay.
Especially since we're past the.
Actually, that reminds me of something interesting I was thinking about.
Fuck this! Fuck this! Can you hear me? Fuck this!
What's happening?
Go ahead, Somegi. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Somegi. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I wanted to get your opinion on this. I was thinking about it earlier. If we'd gotten Dare to Defy in the heart of garbage time, do you think it would have been fun?
We didn't.
I actually think it. I think it would have been. Though, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Real quick. I know I'm talking way too much. I have to let you guys talk, but real quick, Trevoid did gift us 5 subs. This fight appears to be unlosable. So I want to shout out Trevoid. King of the Castle, one of our biggest supporters and one of my favorite people. His takes are horrific, but shout out Trevoid. Thank you for those 5 subs. It has actually pushed us over the crevasse. It's pushed us over the crevasse, and now Blart, if you could go ahead and get your game ready, I think this fight is unlosable. As we continue to discuss the bullshit that you guys are throwing at me. We can show on screen. I believe that we've done a super technological feat here, and we're ready to somehow, while I'm streaming, show you guys Blart doing his sub goal of ticketing Bartholomew.
You will do it. I'm gonna need a few minutes to get ready, so we'll keep this going, keep the discussion going, keep the game going. Here's
my thing. I don't hate Equinox. I think Equinox is cool. But to put it above Dare to Defy defies reason. You're not using logic. There is no way that you think Equinox is better than Dare to Defy. It's less fights. It's less lockouts. It's less demanding on your roster. I'm gonna drop a bomb. I'm gonna drop a bomb while Blart goes ahead and does this. I'm gonna drop a bomb.
Go for it.
Where's my camera?
Same spot as before.
Equinox let you use friends. It lets you use friends.
If you suck, you could use a friend unit.
It lets you use friends.
I don't give a fuck.
Honestly,
that is a good point.
The thing with that is, like I think the reason people got mad about D2D is you couldn't use friends, so it becomes this kind of question of, is it better for the friend units to exist so that the shitters can get through the fights, or is it better to lock them out and just have a bunch of people whining and crying, and then we never get another D2D because the shitters were loud and Squix Joshua got hit mail again?
No, definitely gatekeep all the time and tell people who use friends that they suck.
Yes.
But like, I'm not going to use friends because I don't want to.
Okay.
So I don't.
Okay, Mouse. That's fine. Mouse, give me your top. You give me your 3 in order: Crevasse, Equinox, Dare to Defy.
Crevasse bottom, probably D2D and Equinox. Yeah. I think it's like a.
You
it's
have
like a
the
tie.
wait.
No.
No. So you're telling me, in front of God and all His children, you're telling me that you agree and that your number 1, you also have Equinox above D2D.
Also?
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Who else does?
So it's treason. It's treason then. It's treason. I'm gonna take off my waistcoat. I'm going to take off my waistcoat. Here's my thing. I know that I'm very amped up and it's I'm amped up and that's funny, but at the same time I want you guys let me take off my waistcoat. I want you guys to hear me. I know. I want you guys to hear me. It doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. What if you're talking about
Right, you're muted. We can't hear you. You're muted again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I was taking off my waistcoat. I took off my waistcoat, and my waistcoat. Yes, my waistcoat. Anyway, I'm amped up, and it's funny, and that's all fine. But I want to have a serious discussion. Listen to me. That doesn't make sense. If your goal is lockouts and testing your roster to the maximum, Equinox cannot, even if it has 5, go ahead and say it has 5 instead of 3 in game. All 5 still have the usage of friends, and furthermore, it's less fights. Okay, it's less fights. So for you to say that Equinox is better, I don't jive with that. Can you guys understand where I'm coming from?
I understand where you're coming from. I think the thing for me is, though, that my roster is also tested by mechanically challenging fights. Like, you could add 3 more fights to Dare to Defy, but they're like super shitty, bring whoever you want fights, and that's not going to stretch my roster any more than it already is.
How many
Dare to Defy Ursula fights on Equinox, right?
How many Dare to Defies? How many fights do we get in Dare to Defy?
As many as there are in the month.
7.
There's 7.
How many of them were garbage fights? Ursula's, and arguably, I'm putting on my waistcoat and taking off my shirt. I'm gonna put on my waistcoat only.
Oh my god.
Ursula and Terra's fights were essentially trash fights. Correct?
Sure. Terra's fight was kind of tanky at least, but
right. Right. Okay. So
Rina's fight wasn't too threatening.
I'm trying to help you guys out.
I'm doing this for you.
So then
no, I mean, like I said, I love
so
Dare's
6.
fight.
It's 6 or it's 5 tough fights, depending on whether you consider Terra's tough or not. Okay.
In that specific month, it was, yes.
Okay. So you're telling me that Equinox bringing time-traveling fights, 3 at most, or how many was the most?
5.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Turn loss immunity, turn rate down. I've really got to focus to beat this fight. Entering force time while dealing melee. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I am really invested in this
No, I mean, like I said, I understand your point, Raw Life, and I agree to an extent that I think Dare to Defy has like tons of potential, and I would love to have that back every month.
Okay,
Like,
I'll be less combative. I appreciate all of you guys being wrong in a kind way. So I'm gonna be kind too. I will ask you one question, and if you lie, everyone's gonna see you lie. So remember that. If tomorrow the Squeck stream was delayed, and the Squeck stream didn't happen today, and they had a Squeck stream tomorrow, would you? I'm gonna go one by one. We'll start with Somegi, then Mouse, and then Blart. Tomorrow, what would make you happier? Also, remember, God and all his children are watching. What would make you happier?
Like 20 of his children are watching.
Right. What would make you happier? They announce a new Dare to Defy, or they announce a new Equinox. Somegi, you have the floor.
See, when you phrase it that way, I would probably actually say Dare to Defy, but not because I think it's better, but because if Dare to Defy comes back, that makes me think it's going to be a recurring thing, which I would be very excited about.
Any questions? Any questions? Leaf Blade, go ahead, sir.
Equinox. I'd like Equinox.
You're lying, dude. You're lying.
I'm not lying.
You would prefer Equinox to Dare to Defy on the Squeck stream tomorrow.
Yeah, when tomorrow, when the Squeck stream shows up tomorrow in Joff versus Kefka.
Okay. Blartagnan.
On November 1st.
Blartagnan.
I just want to let you know before I answer that Blart has fallen asleep on my arm, and I've just been watching her this whole time, so I've missed most of this debate. I've just been kind of admiring her angelic features as she kind of snoozes there.
Well, please confirm that she can't hear us and she can't hear me screaming, because I will feel horrible.
She cannot currently hear you screaming. I'm going to just step away to get my phone set up, and then she'll be able to hear you screaming. So
So everyone, sorry, Blart. Everyone in chat who has helped us get to the sub goal, Blartagnan is going to pull Blarthier live on stream. We talked to ABC, we talked to CNN, and we have figured out a way to make him live on the stream. So he will be at some point, right, Blart?
Oh yeah, no, it's happening as soon as I hand floated him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
he'll be communicating his polls via written communication.
Yes, you're going to have to. He's going to RP.
I hope you know Morse code.
He's going to RP his pools. If you guys used to be on AOL RP, he's going to RP his pools. So don't worry about that.
Rob, what do you think RP means?
Where's my camera? You guys are not going to believe this. I'm about to blow everyone's mind. Somegi, I was the premier. You ready for this? Zidane, Vash the Stampede, and Titus RP'er on AOL chat rooms. I was the premier. Zidane RP'er. Yes, I'm doing it. I'm telling everyone. I'm coming out of my shell. I was Grand Lethal on Zidane RP. I was Just Got a Blitz.
No way!
Yes, Just Got a Blitz. That's right. I'm famous. I know you've heard of me. Just Got a Blitz as my Titus RP, and I was Donut. Hold on. I was Donut Addicted as my Vash RP. So to answer your question, Somegi, I know a little bit. Little tiny bit about AOL RP. I think I've had.
So how is he role playing his polls? I don't understand.
You want me to put it in chat?
He's doing the polls. He's not role playing.
You ready?
Oh my goodness. Oh.
I'm not even. I don't even know how to react to this.
No.
Is this the premium content that people paid for?
I'm sorry. I was a big time. I could lie, but I'm not gonna lie. I was a big time RPer. I was the premier Zidane Titus Bash RPer.
The headliner.
That's just how it is.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Any fucking questions?
A lot.
Many.
So many questions.
Blart, give me a minute. Give me a time frame in minutes of when you'll be ready to pull for. Why am I hitting one Brave?
What? Give me an ASL. I mean ETA.
Yo, it wasn't sexual. Hold on. Mouse, easy, brother. Hey. Okay. All right. Hold on. First off, it wasn't sexual. It was just all fun. Second off, and more importantly, why is Gladio hitting one Brave? Can anyone explain that to me?
Put this baby down and do these pulls, so I'll be right back. You guys explain what Gladio
Boss
hitting one
has
Brave.
high defense.
Okay, so Blart's gonna go put the baby down, and then we will do the pulls that you guys have wanted.
Would the boss happen to have a buff that increases their defense?
This guy does.
Is that the guy you're hitting for once?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Interesting.
So it looks to me like this team can't lose. How many turns do we have? 90. Oh yeah, this is free.
Wait, why'd you cancel their force time?
I didn't. They ran out of force time.
Oh.
They had so many turns. They just didn't.
Yeah, I just let them have their force time. The healing kind of sucks, but it's whatever. We do so much damage. Doesn't matter.
Wait, they're healing?
That's their force time effect. Is on their turn, they heal like 1,000,000 HP.
That's like the one thing about this fight is that I think it can be back to regularly scheduled programming. I think it can be kind of interesting when bosses like defensively lock you out rather than offensively lock you out, when you have to like beat the HP regen or beat the defense or beat whatever. Not that this fight is particularly good. Like it's
not.
No, but
who did you use? I'm using the exact same team that Somegi used. Who did you use, Mouse?
I did the yellow greatsword, or not yellow greatsword, yellow sword. I did Arden, Rom's, Bosch.
So you did 3 yellow, 3 greatsword. I guess I'm gonna
go for max score.
That's a good segue for while Blart's getting ready with the baby. We didn't talk about Arden at all, right? I have nothing to say about Arden, but if you guys pulled for him, or you have any specific comments about Arden, now would be the time. Somegi, I'm gonna guess that you didn't pull Arden.
Speak now or forever.
I free pulled his FR. I didn't build it though.
Oh, you didn't build it. Okay.
He's not worth it. No, I don't think Arden's very good.
Yes, I've been out of the game for a month, and I also do not think Arden is very good. Mouse, did you go out of your way to pull him? And if so, go ahead and give me a defense of Arden. Why is he? We haven't talked about Arden at all, so let's just do a little Arden break. What do you think about Arden and why?
He's like fine. Like he's not great, but I think he's like a fun kind of luxury pull. I've never. So yeah, I didn't go out of my way per se. Like went 200 tickets or whatever, and managed to get it. And then I snagged Golden's BT too, which is like a nice, quote unquote, nice bonus character set. But,
so you weren't going like super deep on him, no matter
nah.
what. You just.
No, I had his BT from before, and I was just like, yeah, whatever. So I have a green Arden now. I did max him. Just for
damn,
fun.
dude.
Not blue though. No blue.
Well, he's green. Mouse. He's green now. I mean, he's green and he's got the FR. You might as well. Did you just
He
poop?
sucked. He sucked.
Okay. So you're not gonna defend him, which is fine.
No, he's fun. I like his unbreak rebreak thing. Tree Void greened him. Fuck.
Oh no, dude, you're in horrible company.
Shit. Oh shit.
My condolences.
Yeah, now I really think he sucks.
RGD also green-blued his art, so.
Yeah, like he's fun.
Yeah,
His rebreaks, doing his rebreak is like a fun thing, and he has free turns, so his damage per turn is like technically high, but he's not doing any more damage than any of our other like quote unquote premium damage dealers.
Miles, I gotta ask you a question.
What's up?
Why should you pull Arden over Vayne?
Because I had more tickets when Arden came out than when Vayne came out.
Well played. Well played.
See, you say that, Blart, but I went to go and pull Vayne, and I didn't see a banner for him.
That sounds like a personal problem, Somegi.
So I mean, I can't pull Vayne.
It sounds like you're not trying hard enough. Just like Raw wasn't earlier.
Whoa. His follow isn't tied to the PT effect. Okay.
Anyway, I'll get my phone up and running here to do them pulls if you guys are ready.
Oh, sure.
But if you want to finish the fight or something, whatever.
Just like closing things on Arden. He's like a fun unit, but like he's whatever.
Yeah,
let's close
out on Arden, and then we have a surprise guest. And we're gonna switch. I don't think that I can die to this fight. I don't think that there's any way I can die to this fight. So
yeah, they don't do anything.
Right. So we're gonna bring in a surprise guest. While we switch over to the sub goal. Thank you, Soraya. Thank you, Cosmic. Thank you, Tree Void, of course. Thank all you guys for the subs. Blart is going to have to ticket pull Blarthier. Hey, he does stuff. It's not.
Nope.
Yes, he does. He does. There's things.
No, he does. He definitely does things.
Right, he does things. It's not the worst thing ever, but Blart, if you're ready, I'll go ahead and switch over to you while we bring in our special guest.
Right. Well, he's already here.
Okay. I'm gonna turn the volume down on my thing. I'm gonna give you the floor, and I'm gonna switch to. Here's your sub.
What's happening?
Hey, MinoSpelgud's in house. How you doing, Mino?
Who pulled me in?
Honestly, it's a mystery.
I think the
Twitch
stream.
Too late. I was the most angry when you guys were talking about Crevasse, and now it's fucking over.
It's not too late. It's never too late to yell at Raw Life.
Wait. Before, I'm going to go ahead and switch to Blart's pulls, but real quick, Mino, give me your top three. I don't know if you heard. It's all fine. It's fine. No, everyone relax. It's fine.
Bring it back.
No, it's fine. Mino, it's not going to be a big deal, but give me your top three D2D, Crevasse, and Equinox, please.
Okay, so it goes Dare to Defy, then Crevasse, then Abyss, right?
No, Equinox.
Okay, fine. If we have to put Equinox is there, right? Like, I don't understand what the argument is. Square Enix has come out repeatedly to say no friends in endgame content. Equinox allows friends. Equinox is not endgame content. Every single Equinox, people bring the most meta friend and like shit all over it. Only the hipsters, like, Somegi here and Tree Void are saying it's tough because, I don't use friends. But that's not how the mode is supposed to be enjoyed. You're supposed to fucking bring friends, and it's trash content.
So, to be clear...
Do you bring friends to normal fights?
No. I mean, yes.
Also, no, you don't. Also, let me break in real quick. Blart, you are live. You are live on the stream. Elon Musk helped us figure this out, and you're live. So, if you want to go ahead...
We regret that, by the way.
You're what?
I guess we do regret that, by the way. So, hey guys.
Shinryu can be a stressful place. Something. This is
you trying to record an ASMR video? How dare you?
Guided. You get the idea. You've heard the spiel. We're gonna pull some Blarthier. This jackass. Let's do this. And yes, if we end up draining all 400 tickets, we go to gems. So you guys keep talking in the background while I suffer through this.
Wait, did they say Equinox was better than Crevasse? Because it feels like Crevasse is the same thing, but better. Because Equinox just chooses your conditions. I mean, Crevasse lets you customize it, right? And gives you more limitations, and definitely locks out the friends.
I think Blart is trying to.
All the Crevasse fights have been shit, though. They haven't been good fights.
I think Blart's trying to record a YouTube video while we're live.
No, he isn't. This is going on YouTube, remember?
Okay, there's a way that he could just put like a cool music video over our voices, so if he chooses to. But Mino, you're exactly right, and here's why. I don't know if you heard the beginning of the argument, but essentially, you can use friends in Equinox. So yes, if Equinox happened to be a perfect situation where they had only good fights, which, by the way, all the fights, the Needle Snake fight was cool, but the Bahamut fight sucked, dude. The Bahamut fight was...
What Bahamut fight?
It was like a metal Bahamut, was it not?
You're talking about the big robot?
Yeah, it was like a big robot Bahamut.
Type 0 robot?
The last Equinox we got, the fights were Medusa heads, the Needle Snakes, the Rage Gators, the Count Steams, and it was the Eldnarsh Beetle thing.
Blart, if we're fucking up your YouTube video, if we're messing up your YouTube video, just let me know.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So, let's talk about it. The Medusa heads. Oh, we've only fought them 4 times already. The Rage Gators. Oh, we've only fought them 3 times already.
That was the second time we fought them.
The Needle Snakes was great. But here's the thing that Mino and I are trying to explain to you guys. The ideal best case scenario of Equinox still doesn't reach how restrictive and hard Dare to Defy was. It just doesn't. For the shitters and the poverts, they will just use the best possible friend unit on every fight and beat it.
Why do I care what people who aren't me use in a fight? It doesn't affect me at all.
You have to hate on all the people who
kind
are
of
worse
attitude
than you.
Why America is going down the drain.
Right, exactly.
Because everybody thinks like that.
Haters.
Because nobody thinks about the bigger picture. Nobody thinks about their fucking neighbors. It's, why do I care about what other people are doing? That's what's sending us down the fucking shitter. So like, I wouldn't so proudly wave that flag around. I don't know. That's a weak argument.
So, Dare to Defy by itself, even if it's a weak month. And Mino, I don't know if you heard this, but here's why we're right. Bart, you're suffering right now. You have got
These are bad polls.
You're in big trouble.
You're some dookie polls.
Yeah, you're in big trouble.
100 tickets in, and we have not gotten this FR. This sucks, and I hate you all.
5 more subs, and we'll switch to Jones.
The answer to the argument that I made them admit.
Hey,
Wait
a minute.
Hey, we just had to start complaining about it, and that got the job done.
It always works.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got him.
5 more subs, and we'll pull for Duke.
I think Raw's rambling at this point, but what I agree is that I think you guys are conflating that Equinox had some better fights than Crevasse has had, but I think as modes go, Crevasse has way more potential. Like, if you put the same fights...
I could agree with that.
...in the Crevasse format, it would be a much better... So I'm saying, like...
I mean, that's true, but they haven't done it, so...
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I feel like Raw and I are talking about which, like, event format is best, and you guys are talking about, like, which past events were better.
I mean, if you're like, what would I more look forward to, though? The one that's been really fun in the past, or one that's been kind of mid in the past?
Yeah, it's not like this Crevasse,
but
it was okay.
Based
it was
on
okay.
One good fight.
It was better.
And you know,
it was better than the last one, right? Like, it was better than the last one.
It was definitely an improvement.
I don't know. I feel like there were a couple of things I haven't talked about this yet on the show, actually, but I feel like one thing that did feel pretty bad is that weapon codes with Ultima weapons feels kind of shitty.
I saw that discussion, and then when I was running it, I was like, this is doable without Ultima weapons. Obviously, everyone likes playing with their Ultima weapons; it feels better. But I wouldn't say that it's a restriction at this.
No,
point.
I'm not saying it's a restriction. It just feels bad.
Right.
And also like I didn't get a chance to talk about this on TCC last week because I was missing. Oh no, who left?
Blart's back. He just has to switch from his phone to his computer.
I didn't get a chance to talk about it during TCC, and I haven't watched the episode because I wasn't on it, so I don't know what they said. But I didn't get a chance to like air my opinions on it. And first, I felt like it was less restrictive because we saw several different comps get perfect score this time. Like obviously, it's not great. Yeah, there's like a green great Blart. You ran green great sword for perfect score, right? Or did you not?
No, Blart doesn't have perfect score.
Oh,
no, I got all the rewards. I didn't get perfect score.
Oh, so you couldn't do green greatsword one and then like something else on another? It had to be.
People were talking about if it might theoretically be possible to do green sword and yellow unique, but yellow unique you'd have to run like Charlotta, who's good with like Stealthy and Knoll.
Yeah, it's still a very small number of parties to get the perfect score. The reason I enjoyed it more this time is I said to myself, I'm not pulling for Arden, I'm not pulling for Anoa, so I'm not going to worry about the perfect score this time around. I'm just not going to think about it. And I ended up having more fun than usual than I did last time. But I also see like, okay, it still has the same issue where like if you're trying to get that that perfect score, it's pretty restrictive. That said, it's not as important to get the perfect score,
Yeah, I think
I also think
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Matt.
I was gonna say, I think getting, like we mentioned it last time we had this discussion too, like getting the perfect score should be restrictive and like it's totally optional. It's like quote unquote a way to flex. I think having force weaknesses be the thing that you customize compared to Lefenia orbs is a weaker thing overall.
For sure.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
It's just like one, even like through the Shinryus we've had in the past, like it's not something you really have to engage with, and even now it's not. Like you can still just wait out the force time, and you would just get like a plus 24 thing on your on your Shinryu.
Yeah, and you actually couldn't even hit all the force weaknesses if you were going for perfect score because you couldn't dispel with a ranged force attack with a perfect score team. So that weakness just did nothing.
I thought the customization aspect of it was actually maybe a little weaker this time around. But I think I enjoyed the good fights that we had in this one more than the fights that we had last time.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think these were better fights. There were less of them, which I didn't like.
Yeah, 2 Shinryus is too little. For like,
it was actually kind of funny, you're talking about on the podcast because I listened to a bunch of episodes this weekend while I was driving. And for this entire past month, you and Mark kept saying, "Oh, there's going to be 3 or 4 Shinryus," and then there were 2.
How many Lufania Plus were there last time?
And of the
3.
Shinryus, one of the Shinryus, that Defender's Shinryu was kind of a gimme as well.
Yeah,
it was weaker.
So, do you guys who are putting Crevasse as your last out of the 3? Do you kind of admit at least that you're rating it MFVYY III with the sub? Thank you so much. Do you kind of admit at least that it's you're basing on the 2 Crevasse that we've got so far compared to the idea of Equinox? The idea of Equinox, because you liked the single the 2 Equinox we got, but
we got 3.
The 3 they were good, and the 2 Crevasse you didn't love. But as a game mode, regardless of the devs actual application of it, you guys prefer Equinox as an idea over, or you prefer Equinox as it was installed compared to the idea of Crevasse? Because the idea of Crevasse is inarguably it's better. It's deeper.
I have to ask you the question of why you asked us what our opinions were, then said because it's inarguable this way. That's not leading.
Go ahead, Bart. Go ahead.
You brought me there.
Go ahead.
I mean, but to answer your thing, I think, conceptually, I think Crevasse has a lot more potential than Equinox. We just haven't seen it quite there yet. I think it looks like they're improving. I will say the move to Shinryu, I think, does hurt it because I found it a lot more compelling. I found the orb codes a lot more compelling than I found the force weakness codes. So that feels like a step back, but I also feel like they tightened up other areas of it that were weaker in the first one. So
And
I think this can go better.
there was Lufenia, like base Lufenias in the previous one too, right?
And like a Chaos and Cosmos as well.
If we want to blue sky it, if I'm gonna say like, oh look, Equinox could be 3 of those good Lena fights. If I'm gonna say that, Crevasse could be, if Crevasse was something like 3 or 4, Shinryu level Lufenia fights where it uses an orb instead of the force mechanic thing as your code, that like something like that idea could have legs, or even just make the code thing better on the next tuning pass. Like I'm willing to concede. I think Crevasse as a concept I think is stronger than Equinox. Just is in terms of execution that we've seen so far, Equinox has overall provided me more joy. That said, I'm willing to see where it goes from here because this time around it was definitely an improvement.
Yeah, and I think also I still don't love weapon and crystal codes in general.
I do love the fact. Oh, I should have mentioned, double greatsword, absolutely. And
those 3 unique weapons that Amen
triple unique weapons are eating. Amen is just crushing it right now.
And I also think that by nature of those codes existing, it makes Crevasse much more synergy biased, which I don't really have strong feelings either way, but just something that I've kind of always felt about this event.
Treatwood actually mentioned something.
One thing I did really like this time is they made the score to get all the rewards much higher.
Yeah.
Like last time you could get all the rewards without doing like a darn thing. It was super free.
Yeah, it was like 300 or something, and then max is like 442 or something.
I like that they did the Dare to Defy thing. Well, maybe that's not the way to put it, but basically, when you say all the rewards, you mean like 9 tickets. So there were plenty of people I saw like, screw this noise. I got all the important stuff. I don't need that last thing. And I'm like, okay, fine. If you want to, this feels like the best of both worlds. The casuals get the important stuff that like the progression gear, so to speak. But but if they can't stretch that extra for 9 tickets, okay, they're just missing out on 9 tickets. They'll live. It's kind of like how the time limited rewards for permanent content usually is like, it's like 6 tickets or something. That's fine. Like if you can't beat this LC when it comes out on release because you're a scrub, that's or because you're new. That's entirely, that's cool. You can come back and beat it later and get the important shit then. And okay, you miss out 9 tickets, whatever. I thought that was a good balance of like it gives the people who want to stretch a bit a little. It tosses them a bone without like really flipping off the people who can't get there, which I think is a good balance to strike. Shout out.
It'd be cool there. I would love to see if they do Equinox again to have like bonus tickets for not using a friend.
Yep.
Maybe.
That is a great.
They've done that in the past with when Shinryu started, right?
We have the ticket mission.
That's a tremendous model, and I think if they introduce that with a new iteration of Equinox, that would again kind of change how I praise things. I also like the point Treeboyd mentioned in chat that I like I know, right? Shout out to Treeboyd. I do like the idea of future Crevasses being less specific about how you get max score. Like, if instead of you need to use 3 of this weapon and 3 of this color, and like there are only like 2 or 3 different combinations that you can possibly use. If it's like, okay, different mix and matches of 2 and 1 can get you there. It just, you have to be creative.
Or what if they did 3 times game series instead of? I mean,
more interesting codes. I think
that's like what 3 FF1s or 3 FF tactics.
Yeah, something like that.
Even if you say like 3 FF14s, most of those don't have tuning passes even fucking viable for Lufenia Plus at this point. Like, I don't think that's a good one just because that's an even shittier distribution than crystals and weapon types at this point.
It's pretty similar to weapon types, actually.
But I think,
I agree.
In addition, having more ways to get... Having more codes to get points to invite more variety into runs, I think would be more interesting.
Yeah, I think like one of the things I don't like about weapon codes in general is that it just arbitrarily makes some characters like shitty for no reason.
Yeah, weapon codes do suck. I think I can.
Like I'm a big Rydia fan. I had an Ultima Whip for a while for Rydia, but she's never going to be usable in any iteration of Crevasse they ever do.
Yeah. Thank you, Somegi, for being the one only other person who says it right. Here are my parting shots for Crevasse that I want for. One is that I wanted to say on the podcast is that this is a different type of an event because this is more of a roster check than anything else in the game. And I think different events should test different things. Every other event is just testing how fast you can blow it up. I dislike Equinox for that because of the friend component. Like you guys said, if they remove it, sure. But the whole point is you guys say it's great lockout content. It's not really lockout if you can bring a friend. Because if you can bring... What people did was bring Garnet 5 fucking times the last time. And it wasn't even an event. Like, if you want to talk about satisfaction all the way across the board, the scrub players didn't even like the event because they said it was a waste of time because they just Garnet blew it up all the way through. If you look at like posts and stuff from back when that released, they said it was a joke of an event, a waste of time because you could just bring like right now if they had an Equinox, bring 5 times Renoa's, right? And there's no fucking event. Huh?
It's a valid point, although I would say anyone who did blow it up with Garnet and then say there was no event, I just don't listen to them. I don't care about what they say.
Yeah, but we're talking about, you guys are talking about personal experience. I'm talking about from like Square Enix's standpoint, if they want to make an event that fires on all cylinders, hits all the demographics, gets people to pull, I would not say that's a successful event.
That makes sense. I agree with that.
Yeah, so there's that. I like that Crevasse test roster. Again, we need different events to do different things. And I will stand by that it has potential to do that. Like Treevoid said, maybe if you can get max score with 2s and 1s instead of 3s, because 3s really sucks. 3s suck really bad. Even if it's like 2 whips and a throwing, like that's way more accomplishable than fucking like 3 whatever.
If it did,
even like a good
change my tune on it, I think, because the way the scoring system worked right now, I don't know. It felt like I didn't feel compelled to try units I haven't used. I felt compelled to just use units I've used on worse teams.
Mm-hmm.
I
felt compelled to bring like my 2 strongest units and then like carry someone to round out the team.
But I agree that I think shifting from 3 to 2 would make me feel, I don't know, it'd feel better for sure.
Yeah, and then shit, I had one more fucking point for Crevasse, but I forget it at this point already. But I don't know. I'll just default to Treevoid's thing. He said this was a better event because very few people got perfect scores. So that's very true. I remember the last time Crevasse rolled around, somebody was saying that the Lifestream was superior because they had more co-hosts that got a perfect score than TCC. and now they have 0 co-hosts who got a perfect score, and TCC has 100%. What does Ross say? A 0.1000 batting rate?
Yeah,
right.
0.1.
Yeah, 0.1000.
Yeah.
Batting.
No, I mean I think that's definitely just a case where because the cost of building a character in this era is so much higher, it turned a lot of people off of like trying to chase perfect.
100%, but I'm just saying, doubling down on that, it gives people like Goose something to chase for, or I forget who else got a perfect score, but the people who are building everything like Nidre and stuff like that, like that is a fun. It's a fun check. It's a fun legit roster check. I don't think anyone actually pulled to get a perfect score this time around.
Yeah, I think Treevoid said that he bought like a.
Oh yeah.
Garden.
TV did invest. Right.
I do want to shout out Soraya the Ranger. Our mod did get a perfect score, so there is one member of the live stream who managed to do it. So
not a co-host. Not a co-host.
You're right. I'm not. No, this is just. I'm just shouting out Soraya here for pulling it off.
Right.
We just like him.
I will say this gives me more of you guys had to pull for Arden, and build Arden. So who really?
And I also don't have Renoa.
Did anyone get a perfect score without Arden?
No.
I don't think so.
Anyone?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And no one will.
Arden and Renoa are as far as I can tell, hard required for.
I am a little upset about that. I totally thought there were more possibilities. I thought Blart did it with green greatswords, but I guess it's
no.
not
There's no greatsword FRs at all.
No, that's not true. Vayne.
But Vayne.
Vayne.
Right.
But point still stands. It just
Meaning the colors that you need, though, there aren't any.
yeah, no, the combinations you need in greatsword definitely not.
All right. Well, I think that we're at the end here. We plan to beat Crevasse completely. We did not beat any.
I'm not surprised. Hey, where are the channel bets?
Honestly, I completely forgot this time.
Yeah, we were busy.
And that's on me. So apologies, people.
Next week we'll have the worst month in DFFOO history is coming, so we'll have some fights to bet points on.
Is it bad?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It looks bad. We'll go top to bottom. We'll go top to bottom for final thoughts. Bl'Artagnan, you are up first. Is the baby? Can you give us some final thoughts before you?
The baby just woke up. I'll see you guys later.
All right. Shout out Blarthier. Leafblade Mouse. Any closing thoughts for the week?
No, I missed you. I'm glad you're back.
Phenomenal. Everyone missed me. I'm next. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We'll be back next week. We will find ways to fail the fights. Don't worry. Mino is next. Mino, any closing thoughts?
I surprisingly enjoyed this Crevasse more than I thought I would, for sure. Yeah. I thought it was a good event, and the fact that we're not getting anything this month, I'm pretty fucking pissed about. I'm gonna throw a fit on Thursday because, like, at least in a shit month, this was one of the worst months ever in the game. Renault Atifa, like, all the fights were boring and they sucked ass, but at least we had the Crevasse. Now we get nothing, not even fucking Dare to Defy. This is fucking ish.
Yeah, this month is gonna be rough, but we will be here and we'll find ways to fail. Somegi, any closing thoughts for the people?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I am a critic of some aspects of Crevasse, any global first content is going to make me happy. Like, I'm glad we got an extra event, and I did enjoy it. I think there are a lot of ways it could be better, and it's not my favorite of the global first or global exclusive content that we've gotten, but it was still fun. And I also agree with Mino that getting nothing this month felt pretty bad. I think we're kind of at a point in the game where there's really not much incentive to pull for a lot of characters because everything we have is so much stronger than the fights that we're getting. And lockouts are really one of the only ways to really justify the existence of most FRs in this game. So not super excited about that, but I'm still, there's going to be some fun kits, some fun characters. So hopefully this month will be all right. I definitely will not be on next week, but I hope to be back on again sometime soon.
Phenomenal.
PPS. Somegi's a teacher, and she says Crevasse.
No, I'm not.
She's a teacher, and she says Crevasse. And
I am no longer a teacher, actually.
And she used to be a professor. And the thing is, it really says a lot about this community that everyone says Crevasse, and like they don't even bother doing a Google check or looking up a dictionary. Like I understand why Should You polls are so popular now, and why the main content creators are the main content creators, because this community is ignorant as shit. And I hope, and I can't tell you how many times we're doing the podcast and people in chat are making fun of the way I say Crevasse, or like refuse to look up how it's actually pronounced. Like, you're all telling on yourselves. What's the saying? I don't know, but your ignorance is showing. So I just want you all to end the night on that thought. Think, look inward, right? That's
inward.
Look inward.
Yeah.
As Mouse said. We'll be back next week.
I hope they improve on the next Crevasse that we get.
Crevasse.
Crevasse.
We'll be back next week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We'll see you next Monday. Adios.